Hi everybody, Matt Bernier here for Weekend Wrap, taking a look back at the Grade 2 Canadian Stakes from north of the border at Woodbine this past Saturday. As they break from the gate, you're going to notice Kidura, the number 1 horse, the 2-5 favorite in here, is going to take up a beautiful position in behind horses undercover. And that sounds like what the plan and the intention was all along when you hear Junior Alvarado after the race say the real goal was to have this happen in the Diana up at Saratoga in her most recent start, which happened to be against the likes of Lady Eli. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to sort of procure that kind of positioning. Here, she's able to do that, and I know the fractions may sound like they are very slow, and they are when you factor in the notion that Involuntary is the one that's actually cutting out the fractions, a horse that has shown in the past to be able to sit 2 or 3 lengths off of it in races going even longer than this. So it was a bit surprising to see her be the one cutting out the fractions of 24-3 and 48-3 for a half mile, but you see Kidura in those yellow silks right now, and she has just come to hand very nicely for Junior Alvarado. She's got the cover that they desired, and she's going to go on and look like a good thing here. You're going to see the number 4 Grizzle in those white silks. She's going to make a bit of a run here, going into the far turn, around the far turn, and turning for home. Unfortunately for her and her connections, that bid just flattens out a little bit. Meanwhile, on the front end, you have Involuntary, you have Starship Jubilee, who looks very, very content and very, very loaded at this point, like she's going to have plenty of horse. And again, another horse to keep an eye on is the number 5 in those teal silks. That's Elysia's World. She's going to come with a bit of a belated run once she finally gets through. But meanwhile, this is all about the yellow-bodied silks right now of Kidura. She's right now in kind of cruise control. Hasn't been asked to run a step yet. Now Junior just shakes the reins at her. She might feel the stick once or twice, but that's all it takes for her to go on by. She's going to eventually get past Starship Jubilee on the front end. Elysia's World, she's a little bit goofy and a little sloppy with those lead changes, but at the end of the day, no match for Kidura. Ears up under the wire. It's a big victory for her. She pays $2.80 as your 2-5 favorite. Elysia's World ultimately runs second as your 9-2 second choice, paying $2.90 to place your $2 exacta with chalk over chalk. Comes back $8.10, $2 try, $19.90. Kidura earns a 100 buyer speed figure for her victory here in the Canadian. She earns a 121 time form U.S. rating, and Graham Motion has big plans for her. He's very, very confident in this horse, and rightfully so. She hasn't done anything wrong. As you can see, she's nearly banked $500,000. She has won 4 starts from 8 lifetime. And Motion has said that he wants to bring this filly to Del Mar for the Breeders' Cup and run her in the Breeders' Cup filly and mare turf. And I think something that everyone should keep in the back of their mind going forward as we get closer and closer to the Breeders' Cup is the fact that the filly and mare turf will be contested at the shortest distance it has ever been contested at this year because of the configuration of the Del Mar racetrack. It will be run at 9 furlongs, and 9 furlongs we know is not going to be an issue for Kidura. Maybe it's going to be a little bit sharp for some of the European contemporaries. We know 9 furlongs also isn't going to be a problem for a horse like Lady Eli, so maybe we get another showdown between these two big girls. But Kidura is much the best in the Canadian. She earns a 100 buyer speed figure for Graham Motion and Junior Alvarado.